everybody, and welcome to the story of Little Red Riding Hood. So once upon a time there was a little girl, and she was called Little Red Riding Hood because her granny had made her the most beautiful red cloak. And Little Red Riding Hood loved her granny very much, so one day she done some baking to take to Granny. She made her some yummy biscuits with a dollop of strawberry jam. She made her some yummy homemade cheese scones and some yummy homemade chocolate chip buns. Bye, Mum. I'm going to see Grandma and take her all my lovely baking that I've been doing. Okay, Little Red Riding Hood, but be careful when you go through the woods. Don't dawdle and don't talk to any strangers. I won't, Mum. Bye-bye. So Little Red Riding Hood set off. She went through the woods. And she was having a lovely time. She was chasing the butterflies. She was listening to the birds twittering in the sky. She was feeling very happy. She was speaking to all the animals that she saw along the way, and she met Mr. Badger. Hello, Mr. Badger.
Hello, Little Red Riding Hood,
said Mr. Badger.
Where are you going today?
Oh, I'm going to see Grandmama. I've made her some lovely biscuits and cakes.
Oh, that sounds nice, said Mr. Badger.
Oh, I'm feeling really happy today, said Little Red Riding Hood. In fact, I'm feeling so happy, I think I'm going to sing my favourite song. There we go. Oh.
Oh, what's your favourite song?
Said Mr. Badger. Well, it's a song that if you're really, really happy, you clap your hands and you stamp your feet and you wibble and wobble.
Oh, that sounds like great fun. Can I join in too?
Of course you can. And if you know this song at home, you can join in too. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Oh, that was good fun. What are we going to do next?
Now we're going to stomp our feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet.
Oh, that was great fun. What comes next, Little Red Riding Hood?
Well, this time we do our favourite. We wibble and wobble. If you're happy and you know it, wibble and wobble. If you're happy and you know it, wibble and wobble. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, wibble and wobble. Oh, good wibbling and wobbling, Mr. Badger.
That was great fun, Little Red Riding Hood. Thank you very much. I need to go home now, but I'll see you again another time. Take care. Remember what your mummy said. No dawdling and no talking to strangers.
Okay. And off Badger went. Little Red Riding Hood done such good wibbling and wobbling, she dropped her basket. She picks it up again so she can take all her lovely, delicious goods to Grandma's. Now, what Little Red Riding Hood hadn't realised is as she was skipping gaily through the woods and having a lovely time, she was in fact being watched by the big bad wolf. Thought the big bad wolf. Those cakes and biscuits and buns smell delicious, but not as delicious as the smell of Little Red Riding Hood. I'm going to find out where she's going. La-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da. Ooh! Ooh, hello, sir. Who are you? I'm Mr. Wolf. Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Wolf. But I can't stop. My mum told me not to dawdle, and I'm not allowed to talk to strangers.
Why can't you stop, Little Red Riding Hood? Well, I'm off to go to Grandma's house to give her all these lovely biscuits and cakes that I've made for her. And where does Grandma live? Oh, just over there, just past that next tree and round the corner. Well, you take care, Little Red Riding Hood. Don't dawdle. Oh, no, I won't, sir. And with that, Wolf ran off through the woods. And he soon saw Grandma's cottage. And he knocked on the door and he went into the cottage and oh no, he only went and gobbled Grandma right up. She tasted delicious, but not as delicious as what I would imagine Little Red Riding Hood tastes. After he'd gobbled Grandma right up, he decided that he would pretend to be Grandma. And he got into Grandma's bed and he covered himself up and he waited for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Grandma, it's only me. I've bought you some biscuits with dollops of jam in, and I made you some cheese scones, and I also made you some chocolate chip cookies. I'll put them down here for you and then I'll come and see you. But when Little Red Riding Hood saw Grandma in bed, she got a bit of a shock. Oh, Grandma, she said, what big ears you have. All the better to hear you with, my dear, said the big bad wolf in his best grandma voice. But Grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood, what big eyes you have. All the better to see you with, my dear, said the big bad wolf. Come closer. But Grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood, what big teeth you have. All the better to eat you with, my dear. And with that the wolf shot out of bed and he ran after Little Red Riding Hood. Help! Help! Wolf! Wolf! Now, Little Red Riding Hood ran out of the cottage and it was her lucky day because the woodcutter was just outside cutting the wood. Help! Help! The wolf! The wolf! The woodcutter took hold of the big bad wolf and he made him spit up Grandma, which the wolf did. And then he took the wolf away to a different part of the woods, deep and dark in the woods, where the wolf couldn't bother anyone again. And Little Red Riding Hood took Grandma home to her house, and then they shared the biscuits with the dollop of strawberry jam in. They shared the cheese scones, and they shared the chocolate chip cookies and the chocolate chip cakes. And Little Red Riding Hood got a little bit of a turn-off from Mummy because she had dawdled in the woods and she had talked to that strange old wolf. And if she hadn't have done that, the wolf wouldn't have known when Grandma lived and he wouldn't have gone and gobbled Grandma up. But as it was, the woodcutter came to save the day and they all lived happily ever after. And Little Red Riding Hood, well, she was feeling very happy again, so she decided to sing the favourite verse of her song. And she decided she was going to have a wibble and a wobble with Badger. Can you wibble and wobble too? If you're happy and you know it, wibble and wobble. If you're happy and you know it, wibble and wobble. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, wibble and wobble. Good wibbling and wobbling, everybody. And they all lived happily ever after. Take care, everybody. We hope you enjoyed Little Red Riding Hood. Stay safe, stay at home, keep smiling. Bye-bye.